When was the last time you laughed so hard you peed your pants? It's time to have some fun, guys. Not a scavenger hunt. Identify the item, locate the area, and the search begins. Some items will be easy, some not so easy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whatever time of day it might be. Hello. Guys, we've got one of the first things in from the scavenger hunt. Now, I did get a picture in, but I can't download it for some reason. JNails511, if you're listening, please resend that picture in a different format because I can't get it. You don't have to because your missing person did come through. And this is the missing person, guys. His name, and I cannot pronounce this correctly, and you will not believe when I tried to look up how to pronounce this name, it started talking about how to pronounce the 250 most popular drugs. So, that didn't help any. And yes, this is a real person. I've double checked and double checked again. This is a real child. It is missing. Uh, his name is Fernando Rupert Ruperl, I can't pronounce it, Diaz Roblero. That's the best I can do, guys. And of course, it says, his nicknames, his aliases, which is the same thing as his real name. Missing from Sharonville, Ohio. He went missing 6/15/2022. That was just last year, guys. He was age 17. He will be 18 now. He is a male. He's white, stands 5'7", weighs 135 pounds, with black hair, brown eyes. Details. Fernando was last seen in Sharonville, Ohio on June 15th, 2022. If located, approach with caution. That I do not understand. So, and also, guys, there is no picture of this boy. So if anybody runs across a picture of Fernando, can you please send it to me because I would like to do a real video about him. There's nothing else. I can't find any other information about this boy except for what was sent to me and what I've looked up, which is the same exact thing as what's you're seeing right now. So if we can find any information about this missing child, please, please send it to me. It says contact anyone with additional information or questions regarding this case should contact Sharonville Police Department at 513-563-1147. So, like I said, guys, that's one of the first responses for the scavenger hunt. Yes, I know it's not the 13th yet, but you can mail them in at any point in time, okay? Now, on to the chit chat part of this. I'm not sure if you guys even like this kind of a video or not, but I have got a heck of a story to tell you guys. You are not going to believe it. Oh, man. When I'm not sitting in front of this computer, I I don't work a regular job, no, but I do go clean houses for people and stuff. And I have this lady who, when a few years back, when I first originally started cleaning for her, like she would give me $100 or whatever to come clean her house. Now you have to understand, I sort of consider her a friend, but she is okay. My grandchildren, their other grandparents, is also the other set of grandparents for this lady. Like her son married their daughter, and they have grandkids, and my daughter married their son, and we have. So, anyways, we're connected that way. Okay, so she's older than me by quite a few years. Her and her husband both. They do work hard, don't get me wrong. They are hard workers. They own a huge farm, and I would go and clean for them. And like I said, when it first started, she would pay me like $100 to come and clean her house. It's 3 bedrooms, living room, dining room, laundry room, 2 bathrooms, and sweep off the front porch. And then it got to be where when I would clean, she would say I wasn't cleaning correctly, which was not true. I have references from here all the way to South Carolina in my cleaning department. I can give excellent references. But anyways, so she would go behind me and do it. And then it got to the point where she would like, oh, well, I can't afford for you to come over as much. So I'll just come and pick you up this day or that day. Okay, okay. Then it was like, oh, well, we don't have the money in the bank, so I'm just going to drop your pay down and I'll pay you $50 to come and clean. Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to be kind. I'm trying to be sensitive. These are older people. Don't get me wrong, folks. These people like go on cruises every year. It's not like they're poor. But I'm like, okay, she seems like, she's a pretty good friend. Okay, we'll do it. And then it has gotten to the point where I just couldn't deal with it. I could not deal with going over there and dealing with her because all she wanted to do was gossip and talk about the other family that, we have in common and the grandkids and this and that and the other. Okay. So it's been a few months since I've went and helped her clean, okay? Because I'm just not going to do it. Not for that price, not to have to deal with everything I have to deal with. No. Because I mean, then it started getting extensive about what she wanted done. We're talking like the windows, every mirror in the house, which her house is full of mirrors, dusting. We're talking uh, cleaning, wiping down on top of the pictures hanging on the walls. We're talking detailed, like spring cleaning, but she wanted it done every time for $50 a day, right? Okay, so she contacts me the other day. She's like, "Look, we finally sold the house that her daughter is living in, and I'm not mentioning any names, okay? But they sold the house that her daughter's living in. We're talking close to $400,000 they sold this house for, guys. Okay, so they have to get the stuff in her daughter's house moved out into a storage place until the house that they're renovating for their daughter gets ready. Now you got to keep in mind they're paying for all this. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we can work something out. So I go yesterday and come to find out it winds up being two 16-foot long trailers. We're talking packed to the brim that we're having to pack up out of her garage, front patio, back patio furniture, and downstairs patio furniture. And like we're talking half of a double garage is full. Furniture, you name it, bikes, everything you can think of. Like there was 3 desks, you name it. 2 kayaks, guys. Okay, I'm gonna bitch, okay, because this really burns me up. She has a young man that is with us that is helping us. Yes, he is a little slow, but I think he takes advantage of that slowness because I mean he stands like 6'2" or something. He's really tall, really a big gentleman, young man, whatever you want to call him. Okay, me and her, I'm, over half a century old. She's like 10, 15 years older than me. She's just had knee surgery. Okay, she says, okay, Myra, let's grab these kayaks. So me and her's grabbing these kayaks. She's like, well, we'll put them in the back of my truck. So we're trying to lift this one up, which was she held the heavy end of it and was trying to put the light end in the truck first and then slide it over into the bed of her truck because it sits up high, like, you know, to my nose is the top of the bed of her truck. So we're trying to slide it in there. We're having difficulty. We almost drop it. But we finally get it in there. Okay, not a problem. But when we go get the other one, now you got to keep in mind this young man is standing in the back of the trailer, literally not doing anything. And I'm like, okay, so and so, you can come help with this one so that we don't drop it because we almost dropped the first one. I passed right by him, didn't think nothing. I thought, well, okay, he's a polite, young man. He will come. We get around there. We proceed to start putting this kayak in, and it literally falls with the sharp part, not sharp, but the pointed part of the bottom of the kayak winds up falling full weight, the heavy end, down on my shoulder. Just cracks it. I turn around and look because it hurt. I turn around and look, and this dude is still standing in the back of this trailer, staring at us. Never moved. Had never walked around there to help us. And literally is still standing there. She tells me, shh, don't say nothing. Just don't. I don't say anything. I want to scream, but I don't say anything. And we're only halfway through the garage. This was filling up the first trailer full. My arm is killing me, my shoulder. We literally have to finish loading the rest of this garage up. We get back to her house, and I'm trying to tell her husband what happened. And she's like, shh, he's special. Now, this boy is not in the house at the time, okay? She's like, shh, he's special. And I do not want to hurt his feelings. I'm like, look, he is a grown man. I would much rather hurt his feelings than for me to get hurt again. Shh, he might walk in any minute. I don't want to hurt his feelings. He's special. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, we get past that. We have to go over and load up another trailer. Okay, get it all loaded. Get the trailers backed into their barns. Hang on a second. Okay, anyways, we get the trailers backed into their garage. That's over and done with. Okay, the house that they're renovating for their daughter to move into, they're in the process of painting. Now, I can paint, guys, like interiors of houses. I've painted the exterior of motels. I've done this for a living. I get paid to do this. I know how to paint. So I explained to them because evidently the last person they had in there painting made a huge mess, ruined these hardwood floors, that kind of thing. So I tell her husband, if you need anybody to come and help paint, I'm willing. I will do it. I love to paint. Okay, so she offers, she's like, well, would you like to, help us paint this evening? And I'm like, okay. Now you have to understand, I'm already getting paid for moving the furniture. That's what I was supposed to be getting paid for, right? So for her to offer for me to come and paint would have been additional money, right? So we spend the next 3 hours. I'm literally busting my butt, making sure it's done correctly. She put me in the bathroom because nothing had been touched in the bathroom. So I literally had to start from the get-go, make sure all the dust is out of there. Cut everything in, then, actually roll the paint, you name it. She wanted everything in the bathroom white. She wanted the cabinets, the shelves, everything white. Even up atop above the shower stall or the bathtub shower stall, everything white. She even expects me to paint the ceiling, which is okay. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I love painting. Okay. Needless to say, when my son gets in from work, he calls and says where you're at because he doesn't have his key with him, so he needs me to come and let him in. We're just right around the block, so wait a minute, before we get to that point, he steps to the door and she says that she told her husband I was doing a wonderful job and that she wanted to hire me to come and paint. Would I be willing to come the next day? I'm like, yeah, sure. She said, well, I've got to check with my daughter to make sure the money was, because her daughter's paying for the extra, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, how much money are we talking about? And she's like, shh, I pay $50. She didn't want her husband to know. She didn't want her husband to know because her husband knows what kind of a hard work and hard job it is. She didn't want her husband to know that she has only, for the past year and a half, only ever paid me $40 to $50 every time I come and help. So I didn't say anything. I said, for 8 hours of painting? You're kidding, right? Well, we've not been here 8 hours painting. Well, no, but I already moved furniture all day. Okay, so then I find out my son is needing a way into the house. So she runs me over here to the house to let him in. And on the way over here, I'm like, Debbie, you're really kidding me, right? You're not just going to give me $50. She's like, oh, yeah, I pay by the day. Or I pay by the day, not the job. So I only pay $50. But Debbie, you were already paying me for moving the furniture. Now I'm painting. Yeah, but I pay by the day, not the job. Debbie, painting is a real job. It deserves real pay. Well, I can't help it. I only pay $50. So needless to say, the way my day had went yesterday, I said, nope, you can just give me the money you owe me now, and you can just let me out. I'm good. I'll not be back tomorrow to help you paint. I will not come back and help you at all. Guys, am I crazy? Am I being ridiculous? I literally counted it up, and for an 8-hour day, $50. We're talking 8 hours. That's $6.25 an hour. We started working at 10 o'clock yesterday morning. It was 4 o'clock when she dropped me off. That was 8 hours. She was literally expecting me to come back over there and keep going until I finished the bathroom. Now, am I crazy for not doing it for only $50? Am I being ridiculous? I want your opinion. And sorry to rant and rave. You guys are the people I come and rant and rave to, so y'all, if y'all don't want to hear this crap, just tell me. I don't care. But I want your opinion. Are there any painters out there, professional painters who I know that I deserve more. But you tell me what you think. And I'll see you later today on another important video, guys. Okay? Have a great one.